We would get caught. Like we had to sit at the table, so we had to actually. So off our call. No, see the whole idea is do it, get it. No, 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 no. The thing was though, after the moment, get off of. Uh, nah, what was that? That was a strategy. We were like, man, got there, it all out, and pull it. Nah, nah, you were like trying to use that. You were good area, wrap some of it. But wait, how about this? You call Nashville. Literally, what? Me, on Earth. The story is like, what? Right. So, nah, the she died. Never. Never. I've seen multiple people just run past it. Yeah. I'd take a shoestring to get caught or something. They'd be like, you messed up. I'm like, oh. What's up?
OnlyFriends,
That's
OnlyFriends,
tragic.
OnlyFriends. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh man,
dun,
that's cool.
dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun.
I'm gonna make us a song or whatever. Get us some cool lyrics.
Interesting.
Da, 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 da,
Are
da,
you
da.
serious right now? Hold on.
Is that DMCA?
No, it's
King.
I was gonna say, damn, bro, they getting us out of here for Doug, man. I ain't gonna lie, that nigga Roger would have had to show me them hands, bro. You ain't finna keep pulling up on me.
Who Roger?
Roger Klotz from Doug, the green nigga.
Oh yeah, you talking about
okay. So for whatever reason, it decided to switch which monitor it wanted to be on primarily, but we get to go now.
What is up, guys? It's OnlyFriends Podcast.
Why does man sound like a YouTuber? What is up, guys? Today we're back with another video. Boom, pop, Minecraft servers out.
And before we get started, I would like to start.
What? What?
Click that like button, share, subscribe. You know how we do it. Like, bro, chill out, man.
Smash that like button, boy. I'm like, God.
Smash
I
that
don't
like
even know what
button.
it's talking about yet.
All right.
Punch
Well,
that like button in the face. Like, why are we so violent? I thought this was supposed to be a kid's channel. What's going on? What is this?
all right. Well, now that we're here, I can actually go ahead and give you my true first hands-on impression of the Series X.
Yes.
Bruh. Now y'all know I love Xbox.
Absolutely. You've been loving Xbox for a long time.
I have had every single one, and I have had multiples of every single one.
Yeah,
Out of
I'm sorry.
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
We've had arguments like this, on which is better, Sony or Microsoft, for years. That was a thing.
Now, as far as the system, I give the there's no suspense. I'm gonna give the system a hard 7 out of 10. And it's well, it's not even that. It's like there's no excitement. Like, so when I since I've been using the Xbox and the interface, like they've done crazy cool things. Like when you set up the console, you use your phone. And it ports over all your settings from your previous Xbox if you had one. Remote play is super dope. Like being able just to turn on my Xbox from the bed and then play a whole ass game straight in the bed. Then was like, oh, okay, I actually want to go sit at my desk and play the game all the way up until I get to my desk, turn on my controller, and then have it swap over. Super nice. But whereas we were where the 7 comes from is there's the system works great. It's really fast. Like Destiny, everybody know how long it takes to load into Destiny.
Yeah.
Like you can go fix you a sandwich. You can cook dinner loading into Destiny.
You be in a little spaceship. That's what we came up with the legs.
Not on Xbox. That shit is like 10 seconds max. Yeah, from my first time loading in was pretty long. My first time loading in was like, not gonna lie, it was a little bit longer than normal. It was like 5 minutes. And then after that, 30, like not even 30 seconds, like less than 10 seconds loading from space, going from the tower to space to another planet. All those are like less than 10 seconds.
That's dope.
Switching characters, because y'all know how long that used to take. That's like 5. That's like 5 seconds. Like I hit switch character, it asks me, am I sure? And then it goes to the character screen. Like I hit, are you sure? Confirm it. Character screen comes up. Switch my new character, and then boom, I'm loaded in.
That is insane.
Yeah, dude, it is insanely fast. It is insanely fast. Like as far as a device, that is a 10 out of 10. As far as an overall rating, I'm giving it a hard 7 out of 10 because unlike Sony, who I mean, we were talking about the app. The app is so radically different from where it was to what it is now. I actually got more excitement about the system itself. Xbox, it's basically the same interface I've been using for the last 3 or 4 years. Like they didn't do, yeah, they didn't, yeah, if it ain't broke, they didn't fix it. Like it works.
I see what you're saying.
But it's real, it's so familiar. You just like, I just have a faster Xbox. That's what it feels like. I just have a faster Xbox.
Sooner or later, it's just gonna come down to who's coming out with the better games.
I think that's always the thing. I think the system argument is stupid always, like, because everything's essentially the same. Like there are certain differences, but essentially especially now, they're pretty much the same. It's like I'll say the two biggest factors you should go off of is what system has the games you want to play, and if you care about multiplayer, where your homies at.
Also, Microsoft do offer a lot. Okay, this is what I said in the comment on YouTube before. I don't know which is probably on the Review Tech USA video, but I was just saying Microsoft this generation and previous generation, the Xbox, One X generation, they've been very customer friendly. And whereas compared to Sony, they're changing. Like they're not as customer friendly anymore. Like, Microsoft, they just offer more as a company.
Yeah.
And I like that. I really do. It's tempting, especially if they get. Oh my God, if they get Steam, that would be insane.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is there any information about that?
So there's Steam integration because there are, I believe, there's just certain games that in the pipeline that you can do crossplay on. Like, for example, Destiny. Since they have cross save, it would make sense. You'd want to see your Steam friends list to see, like, oh, the cats I play Destiny with are on. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm already on Xbox. Let me start a party so they can join in as well, and we can talk.
That would be dope.
Because like that, no, that's a thing. You can do that.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Because the Xbox app on PC.
So it's a lit.
Yeah, like now that's not to say they won't be adding full Steam integration. Like I don't know, but the capability is there. Like let's
Yeah.
The Xbox currently is better than most people that have a PC. It just, like, if you look at the average configuration on Steam, the Xbox One is beating the brakes off of most people's computers that want to talk about PC Master Race. It's literally just pushing this shit in. Yeah, for $500. Yeah.
Like I was telling him earlier, that they are basically PCs now, like the
Xbox Series X. Right?
Yes.
The last one was Xbox right?
One X. Yeah, they. Oof. Now I will say,
love X's.
Microsoft has never been too fantastic about their naming schemes. Like, remember they got roasted for the Xbox 360.
I mean, PlayStation is just like nigga 1, 2, 3, 4 film.
I mean, but
And it's just like
to follow, though.
It is. At least you're not confused about, because you remember all them pre-orders. People was like getting Xbox One X's, thinking like it was literally families like ordering Xbox One X's for their kids because they didn't know the difference between the Xbox Series X and the Xbox One X.
And we had a number of people actually come and pick these up, and was they were they were not pleasantly surprised. They were quite upset. No, I bought the new one. Nah, your order says this. No. I bought the Xbox One X. Yeah, that's what you got. Then what's the new one? The Series X. See that change? Xbox One X, Xbox Series X. That one word mean a lot.
Give me the new box.
Oh, we ain't got no more.
I want the new box.
We ain't got no more.
What I'm supposed to do with this thing?
I don't know. Love it.
Tower-looking game station.
So it's not. Also, people have greatly exaggerated how tall it actually is.
can tell from that picture. I can tell that from that
people
picture.
They have greatly exaggerated how big that system is. Now, the Seto Kaiba, that shit is bigger than you ain't finna cradle that. The Seto Kaiba is huge.
That's a Dubai building.
Like,
but with that fucking power, with that power supply and that fucking heat sink.
It's called the Seto Kaiba.
So
Seto
Seto
looks like Kaiba's jacket. If you look at it, it looks like Kaiba's jacket.
It looks just like his jacket. But let's see what else. It does run extremely quiet. It runs quieter, in my opinion. It runs quieter than the Xbox One S. Like it's a big boy. It's a big boy, and it's quiet. Like it's heavy. It is a 10-pound machine. It is heavy, and that is that is weight. I have measured it on various scales. It is 10 pounds. Wow. You can kill someone with it. Real talk. In an emergency, you can just.
Anything if you try hard enough.
I mean, yeah, you're right. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. But this is like a bludgeonable object. Shut up. Born Identity. Anyway, let's see what else. Like I talked about the app. The app integration, man. I really can't sing the praises enough. So it does one thing that at first really pissed me off because I didn't understand it. You know, typical human response. And then once I figured it out, it is possibly the slickest feature that Xbox has going for them on the app in the system. So when I downloaded the new app, I noticed immediately there was no store, which was really confusing. So I'm like, how am I supposed to buy games like when I'm on the go? So then I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna search a new game. So I searched Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it came up. And then it gave me the option to install it. And so I did. Came home, ready to go. Sitting on my desktop. Like I turn on the Xbox, boom, it is ready to go right 100%. The only thing I had to do is push one button to buy it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it downloads quick too?
Huh?
Does it download? Like
yeah. Yeah.
Why do you sound like you're in a whale?
Because he's using the good mic.
Yeah.
He's using the good mic right now. But I was I'm like, okay, I understand that. That is super slick. That I can just download any game, by the way. Like Call of Duty, just go ahead and download it. If it's available for download in any kind of capacity, you can immediately download it, have it waiting for you, and then the only thing you do when you get home is push one button to buy it. And then you're done. So that cuts down on one, like, oh man. So if you decide you don't want to buy it, because I know we done all been there, we done had stuff like in the shopping cart and like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. This circumvents that. Since there's no shopping cart and you can automatically go ahead and install it. When you get home, you're like, it's already there. Fuck it. And then Xbox is they do have a return policy, which they give you 2 hours. So you can buy it, try it, and as long as you don't exceed 2 hours, you can just refund it.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That is a great way to hook people in because you don't have to spend time downloading the game. You don't have to worry about making that big purchase up front. You can decide, okay, I kind of want this game. I'm going to go ahead and download it while I'm at work. When I get home, I can just make the immediate decision, okay, I'm going to get it. And then while you're playing, if you like, nah, this shit whack, you can just refund it. And no harm, no foul. So I was like, that's, like I said, see, 9 out of 10 on functionality as a raw system. 9 out of 10. The only reason I don't give it a 10 out of 10 is because the UI is just so much of the same, which that's not a bad thing. Just the hype behind the next gen, you expected, well, just from every previous generation, it's been a big what's that? I want to say not stifling, a stark difference going from the original Xbox where you had like the green menu where you just had the tabs to the 360 where you had the blades. And then the 360, which by the way, PlayStation 5 reminds me of the 360 because I know y'all remember that big update where we got the tiles that you just cycled through.
Yep.
Yup. That's what that makes me think of. But then we went from the 360 to the one. Huge update. Huge stark difference. Mm-hmm. And same thing with PlayStation. PlayStation 1, you ain't had no menu. PlayStation 2, you barely had a menu.
Oh yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't have no menu.
You had to hope it even cut on.
Yeah. And then when you got to PlayStation 2, if you saw the menu come up, you knew something was wrong. Yeah. And then PlayStation 3, that's the first time you got a familiar menu. And even then, PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4 wasn't really that different in terms of the menu. Just the icons were bigger.
Yeah. And it ran I was gonna say it runs a bit smoother, but it was pretty much the same.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same. Just you had bigger icons. The background was, I won't even say, it was a lot more customizable on the previous one, on the PS3 than the PS4. You lost capability going from a generation to the next.
Mm-hmm.
But
not to mention, we lost a lot of other things that we had to wait in order to get for the 4. Like, we always had Spotify, so that was there. So I guess being able to save music on your console really doesn't matter this generation.
Yeah, Xbox did not have that ever. Well, I can't say ever. It took a while. We had Groove Music.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Groove music. Groovy.
Also, something I am disappointed in is there's no. I understand why they did it this way, but I am still disappointed. There is no Discord integration for the Xbox One. Reason being, the Xbox app for PC lets you talk between Xbox, the app, and the console. So you technically don't have a reason to go in Discord when no matter what platform you're playing on, you can still join Xbox chat.
Yeah.
So if you on Sony platform, still talk to
No. So, well, technically yes, because they both have unofficial Discord apps. So if you want to go it that way, what I'm talking about is any platform you can play Xbox games. So whether it be the console, the phone, or PC, you can still join Xbox party chat.
Yeah.
So I understand why they didn't do it. Because this keeps everything. This lets them moderate chat. This lets them keep logs. This lets them do everything PlayStation wants to do, but do it in a in an unobtrusive way. Like having to make a friend group before you can make a party. Yeah, you don't have to do that on Xbox. You can just open a party and invite people because that makes sense.
Right.
And you can do it on the phone, on the console, on PC. Yeah, all my boys online. Let me send these folks that don't know each other invitations individually instead of putting them in a group, because that takes a while.
Do you not like Microsoft Xbox chat? Is there like
No, it's great.
Okay.
No, it's great. It works it's virtually Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Except you can't send pictures.
Why not?
Yeah. It's just the nature. Yeah, it's just not supported. And I can understand why. I'm sorry, go ahead, man.
No, I'm just thinking like I'm pretty sure you can't do that on Sony's console.
No, you can.
Okay.
Hell yeah, how you think you saw them pictures?
No. I'm saying like because I was thinking maybe they're gonna get stricter, on the next generation consoles as far as what they're doing now.
Nah, that like I think with anything that's new, people love to just go at what could possibly be the worst in the situation. Like you remember when both these systems even got revealed, how like everybody just hated both designs.
Mm-hmm.
One, everybody, oh man, look at this stupid ass box. Oh, look at this big ass Wi-Fi router. We hate him. We hate him. And like now they finna come out, man, boy, this box, boy, man. Look at my little tower, man. Look at my shit, man. It's got wings on it, boy. I tell
It's
you,
got
boy.
wings.
Like, I get it because the issue I feel like Sony has is because this comes with like them being a Japanese company, they don't communicate things well. They just do it.
You real talk, boy.
Like, it's just that's how they do things. They do stuff, and then they're like, we'll let you know, but they don't go out the way like, hey guys, by the way, we want to, put you in on. They like, hey, look, this is ours. You gonna play it or not? Don't worry about it. We finna hook it up.
Then they be trying to do the bullshit.
Oh,
well, that's anybody. Like if it's something egregious, then you have to do damage control. But with the party system, while I think it was fine, what they're doing, it's like I understand. They're trying to protect. Because I think it especially comes with this thing. I feel like we all know everything's about to pretty much be like not just cross like family, but like cross platform.
mm-hmm.
Like you already see how many games we got cross platform now.
And
But like I'm pretty sure most of the stuff is about to get to that point. And Sony's kind of like Nintendo when it comes to that thing about like quote unquote protecting their fan base. So I get why they kind of changed the parties to all this stuff so you can record things like if something's going on. But the issue is the fact of how they implemented it, and then they didn't really say anything about it. Like that, it just didn't go over well. Like I'm pretty sure y'all kind of getting used to it too. But like after dealing with how it was for what 7 years, you know, it's just like one of those things.
No, I get what you're saying. You actually made me remember when the PlayStation 4 first launched. Who remember that dude undressing his wife on on live webcam in PlayStation chat?
That's why they had to change everything. But the PlayStation Live was literally just like a cam show.
It was Wild Wild West, bro.
So like I get it.
PlayStation Live anytime after 11 o'clock, it was done.
They already knew.
That dude who had a whole prostitute on his live,
Bruh.
This man had sex with a prostitute and then couldn't. But oh man, them people was on his ass and his thing. I was like, bro, I banned myself at this point. I was like,
so I get it. Because when you launch a system, don't nobody want that to happen in the first place, much less a repeat. And there's more cats that want a PlayStation 5. Because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't going to bed till 10 a.m. Because I'm trying to get me a PS5.
Hey, X trying to get him one too, bro. He's like, he ready. He said, I ain't gonna.
He looked at all the target.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah. This man, look, he out here putting out this man plans. Look at him. He's sabotaging that man.
Who was now to go to Target? Going on.
No. So here's the thing. I mean, you can go to a store, but you ain't gonna get shit.
I'm doing it online.
Well,
yeah.
There's like, what is it? It's Walmart and Target. I mean, no, not Target. Walmart and GameStop. They're guaranteeing at least just 2 at each store. But I was like, 2. I was like, y'all niggas finna be out there boxing for them. Like,
bruh.
It's gonna be the wildest chase back home. Man, that's gonna be
during Black Friday, there's only 2 systems in the whole store. All right.
Bro, when I saw
Why
that,
would you even put that out there? Why would you even put that out there?
That was the thing. They didn't even just do it like, oh, people will come and find out whoever the first to ask will be the person to get. They like, hey, look, we got 2 in this store. Like it's some Willy Wonka shit. Like you trying to find that golden ticket.
You gotta know somebody at work.
Set guns at the door. Whoever wins, whoever survives.
that's what I was like, dude. When I read that, and I was like, they trying to get somebody killed.
Yeah, they definitely are.
They are actually
have enough boxes.
Bro, I saw a lady. Fucking get trampled for a microwave. So, like, I'm pretty sure that lady ended up getting paralyzed too.
tragic.
Do they think like I don't
She
know?
know better now.
You probably gonna be in more harm after you buy the console, trying to leave the store to get to your car.
Hey, I remember that PlayStation 3 launch, man. A lot of people.
Bruh.
The PlayStation 3, that's all I know. Catching people lacking outside of Best Buy parking lots. Hey, homie, what that is right there.
Bruh, you just brought up. He brought back memories, bruh. I was at Walmart when that came out. Cause Walmart was just 24 hours regardless. So we just shot, bruh. Somebody got shot in the parking lot for their PS3. Like dead ass shot. Now I was like, fuck. For a game system, it's real out here, boy.
That's what happened when you drop a $600 computer modem before it's time.
Man.
Oh, by the way, I said that supercomputer does still function. The one that they made out of PS3s, it is still running perfectly fine.
Wow.
I mean, like I said, that's what I was talking about. That's why I'm not worried about functionality with this generation, because essentially these are computer modems. They're pre-built. They're cheap pre-builts. Like these things, like they got ray tracing and shit. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I know a high-end PC will always beat a console, but what I was getting at, some people, like, I was like, think about this. It was some people who were like, oh, look at these people buying these $500 consoles, like, and when you can have PC. I was like, you paid $500 just for your graphics card. Bitch,
I feel attacked.
That in just any system.
I feel attacked, my nigga. I feel attacked. Bro.
You can't just go get a pre-built fucking Optiplex and just throw that in there, because you're gonna blow that bitch up. So you already, just with your graphics card, I can be ray tracing on this system out the box, bitch. You gotta go buy everything else, build that bitch yourself, and you still gotta hope that you did it right and you didn't fuck something up on the inside. How about I just pay my $500, plug that bitch into the wall, and have fun, and not have to wait on fucking Windows updates.
Oh no, that's gonna get y'all. By the way,
what?
I am here to tell you, if there is a game you like, and there is a next gen version, delete that shit. Do not try to port anything over. Do not try to be all like, yeah, I'm gonna save time. Delete the shit. Because what's gonna happen?
I heard they got like issues with like save data or something like that. But I mean, yeah, that shit just dropped. Like I said, I'm letting everybody else beta test and
Well, the reason I say that is mainly because, my God, I had to go back through and because I accidentally ended up duping a bunch of games. Because I had the regular gen version and then the next gen version, and I had both of them on my hard drive. Because at least on Xbox end, it sees them as two different games. So after I went through and got rid of my duplicates, I am here to tell you, next gen is here, and next gen is about to fuck every hard drive you have. Every hard drive you had. I couldn't take a picture because that would have gotten me in trouble if they found out it came from me. But I can tell you on good authority with my own two eyes, Call of Duty Cold War is over 270 gigs.
Wow.
It will say it is 270 minimum. Minimum.
This is why I don't play COD. Hey man, at least we know where all of Godshine system memory goes.
Like, bruh, like I can tell you firsthand. I can show you the picture of my pre-install where the campaign was 125 gigs. The campaign, bruh.
This man dead ass gonna have one game on his system, bro.
And then God forbid you want to play some other stuff. Like these games are huge. Like take every game that you think looks good now, add a minimum of 10 more gigs, and you'll have the next gen version. If they're just doing like a texture pack upgrade, if they're actually adding new features and modes, put that to like 30 gigs. Because Gears just got a texture pack upgrade, and it went from like 55 from like 52 to like 65 gigs. I was like, okay, that's cool. Same thing with Forza. That was like, but this shit add up. You know what I'm saying? Because these were already big games, and then you're adding 10 to 15 gigs on top of them, and then you get, well, let's say you have like 10 to 12 games on your hard drive, and you barely had room left over. You're gonna have to start deleting shit so you can update the main games to the new versions. And then what's gonna happen when others like Cyberpunk? I am terrified of Cyberpunk when that shit comes out. I am now terrified. Because that is an open world game.
Be a whole terabyte.
Bruh, Grand Theft Auto. Oof. Next gen version of GTA 5.
I was gonna say, how big is GTA 5? Because it was still smaller than Red Dead last time I checked, I believe.
But like, Red Dead, over 100 gigs. Red Dead looked better. But Red Dead used like all HD. Like,
I mean, it also came out after, like.
So I'm over here more like, I'm like, bruh, the moment I know the moment, because we getting the next gen GTA 5, and then we're getting the GTA 6. It's not gonna be as big as Call of Duty because they ain't trying to have that, but it's gonna be close.
I ain't gonna lie, how big Call of Duty is, they literally giving everybody else an excuse to be like, hey, we not COD.
We not, bruh.
This game 175 gigs, but Call of Duty.
Look at those guys over there.
It's like,
oh man,
like every time he says something, it's like you might have a point, but you eat ass.
You may have a point, but you eat ass. Oh my god.
You might have a point, but you eat ass. So everything you say is just irrelevant now.
Do they got like a capture mode or record mode on the Xbox?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Do they got like what is it, share factor? Video.
So not that I've seen. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I don't really like. I'm not that guy that edits video, and also I'm not using the new controller because it's more than likely it does because it has that share feature, but you only get the share button on the newer controller. I'm using a regular Elite controller because I paid $150 for a controller. I'm just not gonna not use it. Like I'm gonna give him $150. I'm gonna give him $150 out of it. But I do use it for my remote play, and I'm quite curious how it's gonna feel versus the new DualSense, which, by the way, that's a big ass controller.
That was gonna be my next question.
Man, have you seen the stuff with it? Like all the stuff that happens when you use it. Not gonna lie, at first I thought it was stupid, but then like
now.
Oh, and I actually got to use it on one of those damn kiosks. And it was actually pretty cool, like, walking around, and you could actually, like, I don't know, it gave you the actual feel, like, if you've ever been somewhere, like, it actually felt like you were in that location. Like you just got the sensation like holding the controller. It was weird.
Nah, see, that's what I was just finna touch on. That shit extra as fuck. For example, Call of Duty. People, this was a nice touch. I will commend them for doing this. But each gun vibrates differently. Now that sounds all cool and such. Like, yeah, man, that's a nice touch, COD. But I'm thinking anybody that's playing actually competitively, nah, bruh. I don't need my guns to vibrate differently. I need consistency.
Get a sense for your gun.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna.
Get a sense for your gun.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna turn the rumble feature off.
Exactly.
Say, like you can disable it, right? But I to be honest, I'm like, don't. Why would you do that? I thought in fact, I was shitting on that feature. I thought it was gonna be one of the stupidest things, and now that might be one of the hypest parts.
Cause like Xbox does.
If they play, it's gonna be like even in Smash Bros, they cut off the items. Like they're gonna make some. What is it? MK? They cut off the customs. They're gonna make a
you can use customs now.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm actually kind of hyped about it, but I was saying back, like, what was it? No, Marvel Infinite. They told Spider-Man he couldn't do a combo. That shit was so funny. They were like, "He's my character." And they said, "But if you do this combo, you disqualify."
Wow.
Spiderweb you, and people was like, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard." I understand either banning the character or anything, patching or fixing your game, but you telling me I can't do a certain combo if I pick this character?
Ice climbers.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah,
not me, man.
Pretty much, his combo was web blast. He hit you like 3 times. Web blast hit you 3 times, and he could just cycle that the whole game until you die. It was so easy. Everybody in the tournament started picking this. Like, nah, y'all can't do that.
Web blast.
Hit him with the web blast on 2 times.
Web blast 3 times.
I forgot about this. This is one of the only things I don't like about Xbox. You have to update the controllers. Now, I get it. Because in different games, like this haptic feedback stuff, like Xbox has been, it's been a thing on Xbox for the entire life cycle of the Xbox One, but it's more of a novelty than an actual feature. But you still have to update the controller so they can like streamline the battery efficiency and fine tune the motors so you can do other stuff. But yeah, that shit annoying sometimes because you'll turn on the game just wanting to play something, and then you got to update your controller, and you like, bro, for real.
Imagine you can't even get on. Your controller has to.
Now I will say, battery life on an Xbox controller, that shit's like a week. Like I charge my Elite controller. If it's not an Elite controller, it's like a week. If it's an Elite controller, it's like 3 days.
Yeah.
But you ain't getting that kind of battery life out of PlayStation controller.
Yeah, I heard bad things about the battery life of PlayStation controller.
Bruh, like I have to charge this one daily.
Yeah, I heard maximum was like 12 hours. The least amount I heard was like between 2 and 4.
Well, again, that puts into the difference because a lot of people like to rag on Xbox. You're like, batteries? Your controller still uses batteries? And I'm like, bruh, when my battery gets old, because I use rechargeable battery, but when that gets old, I can just pop off the door and put in a new one. And I'm good. I'm Gucci. It works just like a new one. Where you void your warranty if you take out the battery on the controller and replace it with a new one. So I'd rather have a battery door, spend $30 for a rechargeable battery, and then that's if you get the Xbox one. If you get like an off-brand one, that's like $12. So spending $12 every 2 years, rather than, and we all done been there, hunting down that plain ass black controller because it's $10 cheaper than all the rest of them. Just so you can have a new PlayStation controller.
Nah, man, I went out my way to get that ice white.
Look at this. Oh, extra ass nigga. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Everything else in the room black except for the PlayStation.
I would expect nothing less from a man that dips his own shoes.
I'm a hand painted, sir. Ain't no hydro dip. This is lazy ass YouTube thing, sir. Hand crafty.
Oh man.
Dipped.
Oh man. No, I love it, bro.
Okay, so I want to
What's
ask
up?
you, what is the largest amount of space you can get with a SSD?
Oh man, thank you. You actually brought me back to a point I was gonna make her earlier, but then we got a little bit sidetracked. So I am here to tell you, I spent the $219 for the 1 terabyte M.2 drive that Microsoft promotes. I spent that money for the stream. Let me tell you some shit. Let me tell you some real shit. Transferring games between that M.2 and the hard drive that's on the system. Let me tell you some shit. I did a real talk time test with that M.2 and my external, because that's what I put Call of Duty on before I got the new console. Because you need a fucking external hard drive to play Call of Duty nowadays. The transfer speed. You know that meme where like it's Vince McMahon and it just progressively gets him like more wild to where he was like falling out the chair. Yeah, bro. I'm talking let's the first game, because Assassin's Creed Valhalla is like, I guess it's my test game. I should probably just buy it since I've been using it for speed purposes or for just a lot of testing purposes. Apparently, dude, to beat all of it, you're looking at 100+ hours to beat all of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Wow.
I was watching Shroud play it on stream. It is a vast game. The scene that I came in on his stream. So I don't know if you can romance anybody or if it's just this particular character's plot line. I came in on stream when his character and another dude like started making out, and I was like, Roger that. I'm like, all right. I mean, I ain't offended. I'm just like, there's a awkward scene to come into a stream on. And then it faded to black. And then all you heard was his character say, by the gods. And I'm like, he getting domed. he getting domed. And then it came back.
I have to touch my liar in many.
And then it came back, and he was like,
"Great
God!"
He
was like, that was like some. I'm paraphrasing, me like that was fantastic, and I'm like, I was watching Viking get his dick sucked. I don't know how I feel about this. This was all right, Shroud. All right. But then I actually kept watching, and I was like, dude, this actually looks pretty fucking good. Like, it looks brutal. So I'm probably gonna buy it. But anyway, back to the point I was actually making. To transfer from my Xbox internal hard drive to that M.2 hard drive that they sell, it was something like 5 minutes maybe. Like, and I'm overestimating. Like, I don't want to say it was less than 3 minutes, but it felt like less than 3 minutes. And that is a big game. Imagine transferring like 70 some odd gigs to an external that you can then pull out and just take with you.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
From my external hard drive, from the internal to the external hard drive, that was a solid hour. Yeah. That's just the difference in speed. Now, granted, it's an M.2, and since it hooks directly into a PCI 4.0 port, which I'm expecting that's what that is, your transfer speed is extremely high. Like I just expected it to be a stark difference, just not that stark of a difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't believe I will ever need to purchase any more memory for my Xbox. I will recommend, just like I'll recommend with the PlayStation, that you buy at least one external storage source, at least one that is 1 terabyte or more. I feel bad for everybody that bought the 500 gigabyte Xbox, the Series S, because that is it is shit. It is actual shit. They paid money for shit. But dude, it's a 500 gigabyte hard drive that when you actually get the it out of the box and on, you get like 380 something.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Remember, if you're playing Call of Duty, that shit is 270 minimum.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah. So when you play COD and you start getting them updates, guess what you're gonna run out of?
Memory.
Because we done seen them 30 gig COD updates.
Yeah. They happen on the regular.
Yeah. But
every other weekend.
As a matter of fact, one's happening next month, because I think they waiting 1 month to bring out their battle royal or something like that.
But I did want to make sure that I purposefully stayed out of chat and getting on my PlayStation so I could actually have this information for you to get your genuine reactions up front. Well, on stream rather. Cause man, it's like I said, it is a solid 9 out of 10 in terms of just the device, and a solid 7 out of 10 for just an overall. Cause I am impressed by the hardware, but the software is just more of the same, which isn't a bad thing. There's just no wow factor. Now, if I can get my hands on a PlayStation 5, which I'm gonna try, everybody out here trying to get one as well. But if I can get my hands on a PlayStation 5, I will definitely do a whole unboxing for that. And
nice.
Man, y'all know my gripes about PlayStation. For those that don't know, I hate the PlayStation. I hate the store. The store is slow. I should never have to back out, then go back into a store 2 to 3 times just to get it to load. I hate PlayStation messages. I shouldn't have to go to my phone to see a goddamn picture because the fucking app won't load. I shouldn't have to get faster speed from a phone app than I am on the console when I just want to read a message.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to worry about a fucking jet engine turning on when I want to play a game.
Yeah. That's most games.
It is. It's
most games.
Overwatch is one of the most. Yeah. It's one of the easiest games to run, and yet the PlayStation, it sounds like it struggles. I know it doesn't, but it sounds like it struggles to play Overwatch. Like, bruh.
That's usually just time. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like everyone. It don't matter which one it is. It's like the second you start up COD, they be.
For me, it's COD. For me, it's Apex. For me, it's Overwatch.
In fact, I don't even think it's struggling. I think the system actually tired of COD. Like, it's like, ooh, you really gonna turn this shit on? Ooh, I can't believe you playing this damn game again. I thought you said you were done with it.
Zerocod's PlayStation ejects his games
randomly.
Right? Didn't he say it spit it out?
Yeah, it randomly ejects his games.
It told him stop playing Overwatch.
Explain that to me, Sony. Please.
Wow.
He said that bad baby mama, man. He said stop playing it.
It's that baby mama, and she wants child support.
His baby like, man, I hate this game. Let me start up another match.
Wow, bro. But that is my piece on the Xbox Series X. And then if I don't get one on launch day, I know I will get one eventually. I will have my hands on the PlayStation 5 and I will give it a whole once over. I feel out of the box experience, I'm going to like the PS4, PS5 more. Like, I'm going to be more impressed, I should say, because I mean, I already have a super low opinion of the PlayStation 4 already. Like, this is the worst console ever that I've purchased. I hate the whole experience on being on PlayStation. The only reason I've been on PlayStation this long is because of y'all knuckleheads. So,
me, the most hated console I purchased was Xbox 360.
Bruh, I love the 360. I had no issues.
Oh my God.
I had no issues.
You one of the lucky ones. You're one, probably the only lucky one.
I never got. Well, and I take it back. I got Red Ring after the Xbox One came out.
Dude, we've gotten red ringed so many times. Me and my brother. So many times. Oh my God. I'll never forget that. Yeah.
Didn't Mighty Keith make a video about that? I'm sure he did it.
Halo Infinite about to go crazy.
Oh my God, bro. But yeah, besides that, I mean, the 360 was it was the games on the 360 were fun. You know.
Yeah.
It just kept breaking. It kept breaking, bro.
Man, maybe y'all should take better care of y'all stuff.
No.
Okay, that's why you're having problems.
I think you should be talking to Star about that. That man will leave his PlayStation on for 8 months if he could.
We had 2 other consoles at the time, and they didn't break, but the 360 kept breaking.
That's because y'all play the 360 more.
No.
Obviously, if you're going to use it a lot, man, eventually you're going to wear it down, brother. Chill out, brother, man. What happened?
But Nintendo, we play more Nintendo than any other thing, than any other console.
But all right. Well, since I feel we've thoroughly covered this because we just hit the 1 hour mark, I suggest we now go into today's topic, which is
next gen
system. Dark humor or dark anime that you've enjoyed, or cartoons or movies or what have you. Like, for example, what's a particular dark one that I liked, and this is gonna be controversial, because if you've seen it, you know. If you haven't, you're just gonna be confused. School Days.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it.
Now, the reason that it qualifies for me is because, like,
funny, to be honest.
Hold on, see. It was funny for me until it got to the ending, and I was like, that was pretty fucked.
Still funny.
Bruh, I was like, that's pretty fucked.
I thought it was still funny. I was like, wow. I was like, I felt like it was one of those things where it's like I wasn't expecting it, but then it was like, I'm not surprised.
Yumi, I saw you unmuted your mic, bro. Do you want to say something?
You actually enjoy School Days?
Okay.
I've seen it, but I've like read a summary. I've heard people talk about it. And it sounds.
I found it entertaining.
Like
I wouldn't say. I don't know if you.
So
say in being entertained is liking it.
I will say this: I haven't rewatched School Days since it came out. At the time when I watched School Days, because not knowing the plot line, it is super intriguing. Like, just watching it, I was like, bruh, wow, this is really happening. All right, little man, do what you do. Do what you do, brother. What's that?
He's just like a guy that cheats on a girl and like keeps having fornicating with all these other people, right?
Yeah, and like you
helped him.
Yeah, exactly. Like he went from
I
don't know
to be on her side because I was I was like, why are you helping him? I was like, don't give me that I'm so in love thing. It's like, I'll never be in love with somebody to the point of like, yes, please cuck me. Oh, girl, yeah.
But like, yeah, she like he was super shy in the beginning, and she was just like trying to help him like come out of his skin, and she did, and then he took advantage of it. Yeah.
Came into something.
And then he kept going, and I was like, bruh, because that like provided drama for that actually provided a dramatic plot that I had never seen in anime before, because that's one of my big things. I hate rehashed plot lines, and to this day, I still haven't seen an anime that even treaded upon what School Days, what the story of School Days was. But then when you get to the end, and I won't even say the end, when you get to like the midpoint, and you start to edge up on the climax of the series, that's when it really got more twisted, because it was just kind of like, oh man, like this is kind of like, it's fucked up what he's doing, but it's done in such a lighthearted way. You really don't like it. Really didn't like the gravity of it doesn't hit you.
You don't care.
Yeah, until you get to the later end and you start to see the fallout from all of it. And then you're like, dude, this is okay. Then you actually like, oh man, that was actually really fucked up. And then the ending, you're like, holy shit, totally out of left field. But you don't feel bad for him, because you're more like, that's what you get. But
yes, yeah, he's been doing all that stuff.
Yeah, like
I'm not watching to form my own opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, it was the first one that popped up into my head, because it's still one of the best stories I feel that I've ever come across, because I value uniqueness, and since I've never come across any kind of story that has even encroached upon the plot lines and tones that School Days hit, I still hold it in pretty high regard. All right.
I just like, you don't really see too many.
Uh-oh.
You.
Uh-oh.
Especially like going around and having just a plot that's about smashing other. It's like kind of funny.
So I was trying to avoid actually telling that, because I'm trying to be wary of anyone that watches this in the future for spoilers.
I definitely agree.
I want to say anime. I was gonna say it's Charlotte, but telling y'all the spoiler.
I don't know. I get it. I've seen Charlotte from beginning to end, and I was not a fan of the way it ended. I can't even. Gosh, this is actually pretty difficult, because I see the point that you're trying to make, or where you're heading towards.
Yeah, it went left field. It came
yeah.
Kind of harmless, fun, and we don't know how to use to.
Oh, you this busted? Okay. And then you find out, oh, they're doing this thing to you, and to people like you. Oh, that this is what you're going to do with your ability? Oh, this is what it does to you? Oh, you're going on that journey. Well then, dude, like I don't want to spoil. Like, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Star.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like, it's not, but it's like I want everybody to at least watch it and form their opinion. It called me left field, and which was like that. I really don't like. I feel like even the smallest gives away.
Also, no, you're right. You're definitely right. Because, oh, what's up, man?
I feel like, for me personally, you kind of have to spoil a little bit for me to get interested in a show. Like, because like, if it has an entertaining plot twist, and you don't tell me that, I kind of feel like I have no reason to watch it. But if you tell me like, oh, this show has a plot twist and this happens, and like you tell me the specific plot twist, and I find that interesting, I will go and watch the entire show and enjoy it.
I'm 100% different.
See, exactly.
I can understand both. I can understand both, but I guess I would just have to find a better way of telling you about the plot
You
happens at a
Because
it's
for me,
wild.
it's just like I want to experience the plot twist for myself. I want to be um surprised, just as surprised as you were when you came across
yes.
the plot twist. And I feel like if you tell me that, I feel spoiled. I feel like now, why am I going to watch it if I already know what's going? If I already know what you're going to do, versus how you are now, and I feel I can't, I just can't go back and watch it. Personally,
I think I got a better way of going about
It depends on the
I
series.
guess it'll be easier to just give you more information about and if that at least intrigues because you got to watch the beginning to even get to the plot. So if somebody can explain towards more of the beginning of the series in general, that can get your attention. Then by the time you do just watching and enjoying the series, by the time you get to the plot twist, enjoy the plot twist.
I'm gonna
I mean,
enjoy
I can
eventually.
understand people who don't want to be spoiled. Before a good example is like Doki Doki Literature Club. I don't know if you guys know about this game, but it has like a plot
Yeah.
twist towards the end or like in the
I've
middle.
heard of
I would have never watched that if someone did tell me watch this. It has like some kind of creepy plot twist towards the end. Cause like
See,
I like plot twists.
Well, yeah,
so
Well,
you,
if they say that much and they don't give you anything away, and just like, oh, there's a plot twist, even if they say towards the middle or in, that won't bother me. It's just if they go into detail about it.
Mm, that makes sense.
yeah, that's
I,
either
yeah,
dark.
I don't care about how much detail is given because that could be like a good hook for me to get into the story.
Ooh. See, oh man. See, Yumi, you are super unique. I understand why you would like why you like spoilers like that because I can completely like see it like hold up like for and this is a spoiler just gonna go ahead and throw that out there like in Code Geass when
Mm-hmm.
Lelouch came up on Nonali in the second season and then she's like I can see you Lelouch and she opens her eyes
Mm-hmm.
bruh anyone that's ever that watched Code Geass she's been Geass blind
Yeah, oh
the
yeah,
entire
yeah. Mm-hmm.
series and for her to do that dude I would have that is a moment right there. Or when you tell somebody, "Oh yeah, Lelouch is so smart. He pre-recorded a conversation that he was going to have in the future and correctly predicted how his brother would respond and what questions he would ask."
That was completely insane. I remember
Like if
that.
someone told me that, I would have immediately watched that show. And Kokias is another good example of spoilers. Before I had like years before I had even watched, I had already watched the final scene, and that was kind of like an incentive to watch it because I'm like, what's going on? Why did this happen? Why are people crying? Like, what's going on? And then when I watched it and I got to that scene, I was still surprised and amazed by like how it led up to that scene.
Now
See,
I
I
want
I
think
used
another.
to watch anime like this. Just go to like the last 2 to 3 episodes. I'm like, oh okay, yeah, I want to see how this goes, and I will go. Like that's a quick way for me to catch a random. I might watch.
See, a
Well,
lot
I
of
dig
that's
it.
because when you don't have context or something, then like you can still enjoy it. Like as long as you can be spoiled about something as long as you don't know too many details.
Yeah.
and a lot of times, and granted, it's not like this all the time, but a lot of times for me, if I'm gonna check out the anime, of course, if I've never seen it before, I don't know there's a plot twist, but a lot of times if I'm looking at an anime with a plot twist, I'm gonna like it from the very beginning anyway. So that's why a lot of times I just prefer not to, know any details about the story. Well, any. any details about a plot twist or anything like that. Of course, you got to know, you know, if somebody's suggesting an anime to you or any show for the matter, they got to tell you something about the show. Otherwise, why would you be excited to watch something you've never seen before or never heard about before? So, I mean, you got to get spoiled on some things, but plot twist in general for me is just something I want to come across myself because I think it's more exciting that way.
I want to say we're this way, Dark, because we unfortunately had the terrible privilege to be around Lil Tracy.
I knew it was coming. Bro, that man called me at work to tell me about what was that Vegito Fusion, bro. I was so hot, bro. I was like, you really called me the spoiled super, bro? That's what you do at work?
Bro, I had to screen some of them phone calls, bro, because I was just like, nope, let me watch these anime first.
Dude, no. I even started reading the manga of My Hero Academia is because
that man kept trying to spoil everything, bro. And then he got mad because we kept on reading the manga ahead of him and spoiling it for him. We literally just wait till that man get in there and just start talking about spoil. Wouldn't even like give context, jump straight to the spoiler.
I remember too. As soon as I called on immediately too, I just started muting my mic, bro.
Oh man, we were just over there talking about everything. Oh man, you remember when he transformed in the woods?
So
I just want to watch.
Yeah. Oh my bad, but I want to say that's definitely why me and Dark are particularly this way. Because we had that sucker free motherfucker coming in there, spoiling everything. I still never forget. I think that's why initially why I started hating that man. He ruined Final Fantasy X for me.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen the last cutscene, and he came in for no reason at all. No reason. We are not talking about Final Fantasy. We are not talking about the game. I think we were playing Halo, and this man comes in there talking about, man, I still can't believe Titus was a dream. And I'm like, what? And I remember Zaraki turning and looking at him and like, bruh, he ain't finished the game yet. And he's just looking like, oh, well, yeah, he a dream. He ain't real. And I'm like, I just finished fighting Sin. I just finished the fight with Sin, and that was like that took so much out of me that I just wanted to chill, hang out with my boys, then go home that night and just finish it out. And this man ruined. I've never played the game since. Haven't even thought about touching it.
Don't even blame you, bro. Don't even blame.
I would never intentionally spoil someone. If I knew that they didn't want spoilers, because I know that's just me. Like, I wasn't always like that. It's just that recently I realized that for me to get into a story, I have to know enough about it because I don't want to waste my time.
You don't watch a lot of bad animes, what it sound like.
But do you ever take people on like, hey man, like on what they suggest or anything like that? Like if Star was to suggest an anime for you, would you just watch it off what he say? And I don't know if y'all watch similar animes or not, but
it depends on how interesting it sounds. Like if he just says watch this and like I have no context, I might be a little shaky and do my own research. But like if it gives me a strong enough hook to watch it, yeah, I would definitely watch it.
Okay.
Like Fire Force. Like last week when y'all was talking about, we were talking about fan service, and y'all was like Fire Force, and I was like, wait, I'm not a pervert, but I do enjoy some fan service.
Hey man, if you don't enjoy some fan service, you want culture. Nah, like I said, Queen Blade, High School of Dead, man, too much, bro.
What'd you say, Star?
No, I don't really like fan service that much either.
It was too much 2 episodes ago. It's just too much, bro. You don't have to dedicate a whole half an episode to fan service.
See,
it was hilarious, bro.
It was more of like comedy instead of.
There we go. Like, I'm so no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish, Star.
Comedic, yeah. If it's comedic, I don't so much like. We're not gonna talk about that dude off of Sailor, cause that wasn't fun. I'm talking about if it's actually done in a comedic way, like they did in Fire Force, where he's training by reading porn and going to horror clubs and stuff, so he can try to overcome this one woman. Like that's actually pretty funny, and he's like ridiculous and fighting and stuff. Like, no, that was actually pretty funny. It's not like they were just the whole episode just over showing her tits in the screen, and she barely was even shown, really.
But my problem with Fire Force is that, see, that was like what you were talking about was like intentionally comedic, like it wasn't serious. But Fire Force
Yeah.
will do fan service in serious moments where like I'm
Oh yeah,
engaged,
we
I'm
talked about
interested in
that.
these
Oh
characters.
yeah,
I hate
hell yeah.
there are two moments. One, I think the anime has already gotten there, but both of them included Tamaki. There was the one against the fist guy. That was
Yeah.
obnoxious because of just the last episode, she was crying. It was animated very well with Sakuga, and like I was like, all right, this is emotional. And I had forgotten that when I read the manga, I forgot what was about to happen. So when they were fighting, it was like Sakuga, and I was like, all right. And then they pull out the fan service. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm interested
Yeah.
in the fight. I'm actually engaged. You're removing the gravity from the situation. You're removing the
Definitely.
seriousness by including this fan service. And
100%.
now I'm not engaged in the fight. I don't care who lives. I don't care who dies because it's clearly comedic right now.
Yeah,
That
that's
happened
one.
later. I don't know if you guys have gotten to it, but she was just
Nah,
talking
we
about that one opponent. That one opponent, it was like it reminded me of like the Soul Society arc and the Sasuke retrieval. They were going into this place. They were all having their own individual
Oh
epic
yeah,
fights,
yeah. That was
and they were
towards.
fighting people. I was hype. I was like, all right, how is she gonna beat this guy? You know how she beats him? With fan service. She gets naked and defeats the opponent. I'm like, what are you doing? Everyone else is
Hey.
having this impactful,
Yeah,
epic fight.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
she's over here doing fan service, winning the fight. I was mad. I mean,
yeah.
I still continued reading later, but that really bothered me.
Oh yeah. I 150% agree
Same.
with you. I
Yeah.
I hate that,
When I
bro.
seen it, and then it wasn't even like it was like literally her clothes just slid off her body, and
Just fell
he
off.
was. And the worst
So
part, because they hyped him up and stuff. Not they were trying about it, but it did give him time. That was.
so that actually makes me think
And
about
even when he
Fan
had
service.
resolve, even had resolve, and it was about she's tired of being to show this.
who
Is it just me or is D cutting off?
he cutting off
I'm
hard
with the
Yeah.
with the good mic.
with the
Trent,
good mic.
Next caller.
All right, we need to upgrade his setup or something, man.
tragic.
And we're gonna have to all pitch in to get.
Oh, actually, I was gonna say I have to buy a new shock mount, but I bought a Yeti X, so I will have a blue Yeti that you can come get if you want it.
Well, to be honest, it's not my mic right now. It's really, I think, my connection. Because the mic works perfectly fine. Anything else other than Discord.
You can't go wrong with a Blue Yeti.
Nah, man, you heard him. You heard him. He won't. Keep the good mic, brother. Keep the good mic. He is the third person that has turned down a free mic.
Not so much to turn it down.
He keeping count.
He is the third person that has turned down $120 mic for the free.
I'm telling you. Hey, them Blue Yetis don't play, bro.
Like,
some
bruh.
quality mics.
Like when I bought the Yeti X, I was like, I was at work and I was like, hey man, you need a mic? Yeah. Hey, you want a Yeti? Since I'm upgrading, I got one. And my coworker was just like, nah, I'm good. I don't need nothing like that. And I'm like,
You know the crazy part? No, I got a Blue Yeti. That's actually the mic I had.
bro, you need to turn your gain up and adjust the settings.
I'm telling you.
Nah.
No. I'm not using it right now because if I do, I got to put it on my computer, and my computer doesn't do Discord well.
It gotta do Discord better than your phone. It's gotta do.
Your phone's stronger than your computer?
don't know about that, man, because this man cutting out like that, and I'm using my phone. I never been cutting out like that.
You connect your phone to Wi-Fi or something.
And I'm using my network. I ain't even using the Wi-Fi, and I ain't cutting out. Hey man, I don't know, man.
But
my phone built different.
But to get back on it, what's your anime, Dark?
I'm with Inuyashiki.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
Oh yeah, that's
it's the one with the old man and the robot, right?
Oh,
Yes.
Roger that.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought that shit was trash. I remember when Dark first told me that, and I watched like the first episode. I was like, nigga, what?
See, this actually ties back into what Yumi was talking about. I was given a brief synopsis, but also I am super particular. I hate obvious CG. I hate overdone CG. The only CG I really tolerate is when it's done for background or it's done for like wide shots so you can like see the scale of something. But overall, I think CG is trash. And when I saw that anime, people told me the plot and I was like, that sounds dope. And then I saw the animation. I was like, this looks like ass.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm on the, I'm
the minority.
I'm part of the minority, but if I didn't mind it as much. I don't. CG, obvious CG does it doesn't sit well with me sometimes. But I don't know, like some CG I don't mind. And I didn't mind Inuyashiki, especially, and I don't know, maybe it's just me as well. But if the story is good enough, I can get past bad certain bad things about animation and also CG. Like if the story's good, stories really grasp me. Like if it's a good story, I can look past a lot of things. But Inuyashiki didn't really look overall that horrible. I don't know, maybe because the story was so good, but
no, hold on, it looked bad. I don't know. I was taking screenshots, laughing.
Maybe I was just looking past it then because of the story. But that grasped me, man. The story was amazing in Inuyashiki.
But I will say that, yeah, you know how big I am about looks. I don't even want to play Kratos because he's bald. But I used to watch that old man.
Bald Kratos, yeah, bruh. That's
that
still the stupidest thing. I don't want to play this amazing game because it has a bald man.
And he's angry.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that shit. Yeah, he angry. That's deal breaker.
But yeah, I was like, even with that old man and everything, I was like, this story is really entertaining. Like, really entertaining. And it only got better.
And the deeper you got into the actual series, the better it got. And I don't really want to ruin anything, but the old man, it's a story about an old man and a high school guy. And they both die and I think get brought back to life as robots. But they look just like humans, just like their original selves. But it's so interesting because they both choose two different paths. I don't want to give too much away, but
I've seen the scene where he's like, "Do you like One Piece?"
Yeah, bro. We ain't stupid. We obviously can tell he the good guy and the other dude the bad guy.
Yeah.
That intro was hard though. Y'all remember that song?
I don't remember. I need to go back and look at it, bro.
Get me off the ground. Get me off the ground.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. I remember that. I remember.
That song was ridiculous. I remember I used to get mad because the old man, he just shows up at the end like,
Man, that old man got talked bad to his family. Let me just be quiet.
What's your story?
Let me just be quiet. It's a good anime, and I do recommend it. And it was
ending was so good.
Yeah, it was.
That ending ending. That shit was.
I don't know what was wrong with the ending because Star keeps cutting out.
No, I said it was sad.
Yeah. Every time you said that ending, it would be that ending is, and then you cut out. That ending was, and then you'd cut out.
All I have in this world. All I have in this world.
It was. It was. Heck nah. But yeah, Inuyashiki is mine. Gobi, I think it's your turn, or Shume. Yume, I'm sorry. She's one of y'all.
You can go first.
Y'all might see me different after this, but I really like the first episode of Goblin Slayer. That
Nah, man, Goblin.
No, I dig it.
Goblin Slayer was hilarious.
No, I'd.
Especially that first episode. I don't care what nobody say. That was hilarious. I was like, don't go. That was like textbook RPG. Don't go into dungeon you're not ready for. That's textbook RPG.
I didn't watch the entire series of Goblin Slayer, but I did watch that first episode. And yes, I do agree with you. That was great.
Bruh.
Even though it was,
I died of laughter.
Dang!
Goblin.
Y'all are terrible
No,
people.
bro. Like my favorite part though is like everybody, like the way it was presented is like you're supposed to feel bad and stuff. I felt like his character is like a real world character. Like he was even though it's because he was all jaded, but he was reacting to things how you really should react. He's like, look, man, it sucks, but it's too late for this person. Like, what's that? The girl was like, kill me. And she's like, oh, I can't believe this. Man was like, all right, you got it. Like, I'm not going to just sit here and let you suffer here. Hey, man, dead. Look, get this shit out the way. Look, come this way. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, bro. I'm not going to lie. Like, what got me on that was finding out, like, it makes sense. There are no female goblins, and they got to breed somehow. And then you realize each of them goblins was made by a human. I'm like, boy, they making litters fall out of them.
I mean, they already like kind of alluded to it in the first episode. Immediately when this man was explaining how like they kidnap girls and then take them and use them, he was like, hey, so this is a thing, by the way. So if you're not ready for it, move around.
Great first episode, but I feel like the rest of the series never got that dark.
Oh no!
Like episode 5, I was like, this is not the same as the first episode. It feels like a regular. It feels dark in it.
See, I wouldn't know about that because I only watched the first episode.
No, like Goblin Slayer. That's
the rest of it was just showing off like how crafty he was and stuff like that. Just like how ridiculous he was as a character compared to everybody else.
I mean,
also the fact that he didn't care about anything except for God. Like this man, dead ass, like was not trying to do anything else if it didn't have nothing to do with God. Even though they always ended up roping him into stuff, but like if it was up to him, he was not fucking with it.
I mean, he was the only one that had a scroll that led to the bottom of an ocean that he used in case of emergencies, which was ridiculous, by the way.
That is insane.
He ran up on that King Goblin and got smacked, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
See, that was funny. He got worked.
Hey man, you can't. Hey man, even Jordan missed.
Goblins.
You best not miss.
Hey man, even Jordan missed, man. He bounced back, bro. He bounced back. That man was still shooting. He was still shooting 80% from the field, bro. What you mean? Goblins.
Think it's your turn, Goblin.
Shit, I forgot what the original question was.
A dark anime or cartoon or just a dark episode or series that you particularly enjoyed.
Would a Kamiga Kill count? because it started off like it was gonna be like, oh, you know, kind of action, people getting hurt and stuff, and then like, and niggas just started getting murdered, and I was like, oh shit, got pretty real.
I'm gonna actually send y'all a
I don't think it was like what to me personally it wasn't dark. Like I could see how people would think it's dark because you know they did murder. Pretty well in the anime, everybody died.
Yeah, a lot of people died in the actual anime series.
But like, I mean, I'll say this: like, even the way they spaced out like certain character deaths and everything was really well. Like, it wasn't one of those things where it was like, oh, they're just doing it like trying to do it for shock factor. It like actually felt like a purpose behind it. Yeah, and also one of the things that got me because of how well they did that, I found myself at times forgetting that like you know, you could kind of tell it was gonna happen eventually, like what was gonna happen to each person, but the way they set it up, like you would forget, like especially like towards the end when like everybody just basically started, you know, get knocked off. Like even what's his name? Damn, what was your boy name? Like I forgot this man wasn't the main character for like when he died. I was like, that's right, he's not even the main character. The show is named after her, but he felt like the main character for the majority of the series.
Yeah,
because you follow him, you was like following his journey. It was almost like you were him.
Tatsu.
Yeah,
Tatsu.
And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like it was one of those where it was like when somebody died, it was like it actually felt like you know, it meant something. Granted, some of the earlier deaths were, I guess I'll say less impactful just because you didn't really spend that much time with the characters. But like when it started getting towards the end and stuff, it was kind of like, I actually like this character. It sucks that, you know, they finna get murder-lurtled. But I will say I think the most fucked up death easily is probably what was that, Chelsea?
Oh yeah.
Oh, when they put her head on the
yeah, when they put her head on the pike, I was like, big oof. I was like, somebody finna have to catch one for this one. I was like, y'all ain't finna let that one slide, is y'all? I know y'all look cold and everything, but come on now.
Because she had one of those abilities, and like people with crafty abilities like her, that's powerful. Once it's exposed, you really can't get no.
It just sucked that I felt like she ran in the plot because it was like, you know, this wasn't your fight. this fight was saved for somebody else.
You know what's funny? I actually want to go back and see because that girl actually lived. Akami's sister lives in, so that's even wilder. Kills Chelsea, just goes home.
Somebody told me like the manga is different from the anime, but I haven't read the manga.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to spoil it, but a lot of characters.
It's much better. You said what?
So I was like, I'm probably gonna have to go check out the manga. But I actually enjoy stuff like that when they do like the anime different from the manga because it actually gives you a reason to check out both. Like,
sometimes they do the show dirty like solely.
Bruh.
You know, they like we got so many episodes, we switching this shit up.
No, that's another topic we'll do eventually. Like most disappointing manga adaptations. Because that's my number one right there. From the manga compared to the anime, brother, it was so disappointing. Like holy shit. Like I love Black Star as a character. Death the Kid, not so much, but reading the manga and seeing his character development, the Kishin, oh my god.
Same with Soul Eater. Like, the way they made them, like you could understand the actions that they took based on those backstories that they gave.
But no, you are 100% correct. And watching the anime, wow, man. Wow.
I blame the anime because the manga didn't get there. But like the ending that they chose, that I can blame. Like it was midway through the arachnophobia arc that they started changing things. It was specifically the fight against Mosquito. She didn't use Majin Hunter. Mosquito just ran away, and that's where they started changing things. I can't blame the anime for not getting to those points because like they cut it short. But I am mad at them for choosing such a trash ending. Like she turns into a weapon, and then she defeats him with the power of courage. Like
The courage.
Bro, y'all just don't understand.
Like power of friendship.
That's a bad memory. I'm telling you.
But when you read the manga, you just forget about it.
Oh, when you read the manga, boy, like the battle on the moon isn't.
Oh God, that was long.
Holy shit, boy! Like Soul Eater was the first monthly that I ever read, and I have never read another monthly since. Because the anticipation of waiting a whole ass month to get the next issue, I want no part in that again. Fiending, boy. I'm searching message boards for like little nuggets of information. Like, bruh, I'm trying to find raw panels, boy. I'm sitting there scratching, boy. Like, y'all got some of that Soul Eater over there, boy? I need something, bruh.
I actually thought about my choice though. It's gonna be Radiant. The Radiant manga, so good.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's breaching my top 10.
Yeah, definitely. It got in my top 5.
Wow.
That
The anime was off. The amount of filler that they added. Like episode 1, there was already filler. There were filler characters. There were filler nonsense. Episode 2, they so much filler. The manga is fast paced. It's like very quick. Like and in the anime, they add so much filler. Like in the very first arc, like between the first chapter and the second chapter, there's probably like 3 episodes of filler. Wow. No, I couldn't take that.
So
and then I was like, yo, this is trash. And I read the manga, I'm like, this is amazing.
I just want to point out, you know that shit real? Because that's the longest string of words that man done put together over like 4 podcasts. You know that shit is super real. That was some passion. Oh man, you hit a nerve, bro.
Yeah, I really like Radiant, and I'm really mad with it. It doesn't even look good. It don't really make it look good.
He's still going.
It would be outshining almost school anime outright, and they flopped.
Oh
I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe it. Like, I never read the manga, but I could tell when I watched the first episode, I was like, this anime has potential. You know, I remember me and Star was talking about it, and I know I didn't realize how much filler was in it though. I didn't know.
By like episode 4, I was like.
And then season 2, they explained the entire first season in the first like 10 minutes. I'm just like,
I have to stop watching that.
Wow.
Now I will thank y'all because I actually forgot about Radiant. Like I remember it being super popular, and then I just forgot about it because I don't even remember what time period that came out, but there was something else I was obsessed with.
It was like a manufactured hype because like everyone was hyping it because it was like a French manga, and like for some reason Crunchyroll kept pushing it, but like the anime was trash. It felt like Boruto, where
Tower God
without actually knowing the quality of it.
Come to high school. Sorry, man. This man.
Bruh, hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I want to box you that. I want to beat that man up like Kakashi did.
Oh man.
Barto strong with Kakashi.
Bro, I still can't stand people be like, man, yeah, Naruto cast. Watch the old Naruto cast. I was like, man, y'all got beat up by somebody who got like half of like his old power, bro. This man watched y'all entire school solo. Nah.
Actually, more
Now, I will say this. This is now. Go ahead.
powerful. You know his purple Chidori or rocket, he calls it.
Yeah.
That's actually more powerful. That move is so powerful.
Ooh.
Remember,
All I heard was remember.
Right?
that move is so powerful.
okay.
Oof.
Hold on.
Oof. Like,
Okay.
Also, I wasn't referring to one technique. I was more talking about like overall ability.
No, I was gonna get into that too. Apparently, he is more powerful. The only thing the Strong can't do, of course, he use the precognitive Chidori, but Purple Lightning is so powerful. The first time he did it, it pretty much knocked him out of, and everybody was pretty. And again, all of his buffs,
It's like getting a rap CD from Walmart.
He spammed Kamui crazy in the war. You know, took on Obito and everything. Having an attack that powerful that knocks him out, even with more chakra than he ever had, it's pretty insane.
I got a part of that, but I can understand how it's more powerful. But I don't know, Kakashi. I don't know, man. I feel like people don't give him his respect, bro.
They don't.
It's like being an old rapper, man.
Community was going against me because they kept talking about Gojo is a better Kakashi. He's not. Like, I understand y'all like
the man has barely had screen time.
They keep talking about because, and the funny part is they only talk about Kakashi's L because Gojo doesn't take L.
Gojo's powers are written poorly, though.
I like his.
I mean, Kakashi L's all got like asterisks on it, bro. This man always like saving somebody else or like doing something for somebody else.
And a lot of people who like characters, they just like a character. And Gojo's whole thing in the whole series is literally pretty much a god of.
So stupid. Kakashi is an actual fleshed out character.
Yeah, see, and that's the exact. And I'm talking about the whole fan base. You know how Twitter goes, attacking me, and it was like, he is fleshed out. He had a whole flashback. And
he had a whole flashback. Remember that panel he got, man? Shut your ass up.
I think Kakashi as a character is one of the best written characters in Naruto. First of all, and we got to see this man start from nothing. Like, granted, like, yeah, pretty much from nothing. He was before he got into the tuning school. Well, not tuning, Genin school or ninja school, whatever. Yeah, we got to see him at that point. I one of my favorite scenes is when Guy and Kakashi met for the first time, and Kakashi was just like, man. He flunked out. Well, they didn't accept. This is like third time not getting accepted, and then like Kakashi's father's like, you shouldn't underestimate that kid. You should
be your greatest rival.
Yeah, he's gonna be your greatest rival one day, and then like you can just tell by how dirty and dusty Guy's hands were. By you can just tell how much training he did even as a kid, and that pushed Kakashi. That made Kakashi want to train. And his dad even told him, you can't slack off. Because if you do, he's going to be stronger than you one day. It's just like that. I don't know if you get anything like that from Gojo, in that series, but man, that's some good writing for that character.
It's funny though, because they tried to argue like Naruto has X amount of characters, and I was like, no, no, I mean X amount of chapters. But my thing was, I said, okay, that's fine. We can literally use Kakashi as is and Kakashi as a child, his background, like we can use for Gojo. We compare that. We don't have to compare all the. Well, it's not 700 chapters, so we can just use their background. Got both of their background, and Kakashi blows him out the water. But then like, I'm not even gonna spoil because I'm not trying to downplay. Gojo's he's still a but better or overall character Kakashi by
Man. Bro, you need some internet? I got something to spare, bro. Cause you was trying to make a whole ass point in every third word, bro.
I'm thinking maybe it's gonna come through on the actual video.
It's not. Cause I'm watching the live stream. It's not.
Oh, we gotta let this man write it down as an essay.
Like we have 2 whole viewers and they are both me.
Bruh. I ran into a tree. Bro.
But yeah, so are we moving on to another topic or
unless you had something else to say?
Wow, his voice is really soft too. Everybody else comes through really well. Except Star.
Good mic, man. Good mic.
No, I'll have. Well,
I don't know if you trailed off or if you said and it didn't pick up. I'm guessing he's fixing his mic. I do want to throw out one more on the topic before we move on to the next one. And this one is more. It's not. You could consider it dark, but I say it's more grim, like more depressing than dark. And that is my third favorite anime, Madoka Magica.
No, it was dark. That episode 3 plot twist.
I was gonna say, bruh. People see it has magical girl. If you have never seen Madoka Magica, it may have magical girls, but fuck, like part of what makes Madoka Magica great is you get the extent of their abilities up front. There's no surprises in their abilities throughout the rest of the show per se. You get the story from learning about the background of the actual world they inhabit. And the more you learn about why they get their powers and why they're necessary, you then actually learn like it then actually really like takes a twist. Cause you're just like, oh, what do you mean? I'll go ahead and tag this with a spoiler. So anyone that hasn't seen Madoka Magica and plans to, this is your spoiler warning. When you find out that all the witches that they have killed were once magical girls just like them, and that the very thing that gives them their power is eventually going to turn them into a witch, you're like, wait. I personally was like, that's shitty as fuck. Holy fuck. You mean to tell me this little, the QB who finds these girls and like, we need you to defeat these witches. Because these witches are going to destroy the world. Destroy reality. So we need you and your special abilities to help us fight them. Meanwhile, you later end up finding out they use them as batteries. Like magical girls are essentially batteries. that keep the universe going, and that when their usefulness is done or when they can no longer fight, they turn into witches. So the cycle just repeats itself.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and I like
what I said before. The reason I watched that is because I knew that plot. Like, if I knew it was just a magical girl, I don't think I would have watched it.
See, and I'm coming from the opposite spectrum. I didn't know that plot twist. I was just like, it's 12 episodes, and everybody is telling me that this is fucking amazing. Like, it is way different than any other anime. So I'm like, okay, if I would have known the plot twist up front, with only 12 episodes, I personally would have felt like there's no point to me watching it. Because I already know the biggest plot line. Well, at the time, I would have felt like that's the biggest plot line. You then later on find out what the actual biggest plot line is to offset everything. And I won't go into that because that's more hopeful, and we're talking about like dark anime, but oh man, Madoka Magica definitely because the art style was really intriguing as well. I hated it too because they all got fat faces.
Fat faces.
If you look,
body shaming, man. Get them Twitter.
Nah, man, they jawline is square as fuck. They all got box heads, boy.
Twitter.
Like, y'all remember the blockheads from Gumby?
And they look like body shame.
They look like the blockheads from Gumby, bruh. But yeah. That show used to scare me.
Bro, I can't deal with this,
man. What is this?
I see Gumby on.
How do you are the very first person. You are the very first person I heard that was afraid of Gumby.
Bro, somebody come around with a Gumby haircut, it's over, bro. This man finna start boxing.
Gumby lift that leg up. Gumby lift that leg up and start sliding. He's like, witchcraft.
And what are you supposed to be, little boy? Gumby.
Boy, everything about it, their voices, their design, the way they move.
So you don't like claymation. All right.
Bro, you didn't like Pokey? You was afraid of Pokey?
Don't show this man Robot Chicken.
He's part of the reason we got a DMCA, because he wanted to see that stupid episode with Fidel Castro. Dang, we lost the whole episode because this man wanted to see Fidel Castro play Dance Dance Revolution. Listen to him. Now I'm not much better because I wanted to hear Blackpink, and apparently you can't listen to no Blackpink, boy. They out, boy. The feds is out.
Okay, popped your ass right off the fight. Yeah, bud.
Oh man, like the only reason we can get away with the music that I'm playing now is because the algorithm they use can't distinguish whether or not it is video game music from an actual video game that we're playing, or if I'm actually playing music. So like I could play Skyrim and shit.
That's pretty cool.
But I mean, not if you talk to that engineer on Google Stadia, you know, that platform nobody plays on, because he felt like you should have to pay for a license to stream games.
Yeah, man, Google Stadia is like 720p, like high-end gaming. Like,
man, a whole nobody. That's how many people I know have Google Stadia. A whole nobody.
Bro, I heard if you play on Google Stadia, man, it play up to 480p, 15 frames per second, man. Like, bro, it's wild.
You ain't beating that.
I'm over here like
I I heard Pong day one.
I'm over here like how they lie through their teeth to get people to sign up for that. They almost got me, bruh. They almost got me. I was like 200. I got 200. Then I was just like, nah, you know what? I got a PC. I don't really care.
Right.
Thank God. Thank God. Y'all would have never let me live it down.
Man, it would have. Oh nah, no, not at all. That would have been on the levels of well, I'll be. Man, that Transformers game. Bro, you got that right. You got that right. You got that right.
So that's the Way of the Samurai. I know.
Oh man, Way of the Samurai.
Way,
too, bro. You
bruh.
got that right. You got that right. You got that right.
I know you got the experience.
Bro, I don't know what y'all did to that, bro. Y'all had that man pulling up on me. I ain't gonna lie. I was getting ready to box him because of y'all, bro. That man pulled up on me acting crazy. I was like, hold on, slow down there, buckaroo. I'm like, I ain't had that game in about a week. I'm gonna need you to bag up, take about 3 more steps back.
Oh shit, I forgot. I gotta buy a PS5 so I can play Godfall.
Don't forget about Demon Souls.
I don't care about that.
Are you the one who didn't like Souls games? You
I
didn't like Souls.
I don't particularly care for them. I wanted to play Godfall, but Godfall is exclusive to the Epic Game Store, and I refuse to give my money to exclusivity on PC. I absolutely fucking refuse to do it. I hate it. I will spend a whole ass $600 to not give Epic Games $60.
Wow.
Yeah, bruh.
Spite.
Nah, dude. I have no time for that on PC. The one platform where everything is just supposed to be everywhere, and you trying to do exclusivity. Nah, bruh. Take that console shit elsewhere. Nah, get the fuck out of my face with that shit.
That is true though. Like, that is pretty lame that they're trying to do that on.
Like
PC.
every game they put exclusive, I just stop playing. I have no time for that.
I don't blame you.
And then they talking about it's exclusive on PlayStation for 6 months, so it's gonna come to Xbox anyway.
Yeah. So you could just wait if you want.
Yeah, I could just wait.
But you plan on getting a PS5 anyway, or try?
No, to like sell it. I'll buy it for the stream. I'll buy it for the stream so I can do like an unboxing and give like genuine first impressions, and like then like give a weak impression and be like, yeah, all right, this is what it is. But after I'm done with that, nah, we getting rid of it. I have no reason to keep a PlayStation.
That's understandable.
I have a computer. Like, they trying to
Xbox Series X.
Like, they're trying to compete with Microsoft, so like I'm not going to be surprised if all of their exclusives eventually end up on Steam. Because like if they do it like that, like all their major exclusives just end up on Steam, I literally have no reason to ever buy a PlayStation console. The one reason to have it, I can just play on my PC, nigga. That's why y'all need PCs. Looking at you, Gobi.
Don't make me start spitting facts over here.
Looking at you, Star. His mic done whole ass died now. Roger that.
My 3090. Let me start my ray tracing. What I do now? Power supply. What do you mean? I can't just plug it into the wall?
Nah, buddy. You better get you a.
What else? Motherboard. But I thought I just bought. But it's so expensive.
Yeah, man. I put all this money in this computer, and I can host this whole ass stream, and I can fucking play my games.
Hey man, I don't want to host the stream, and my mic ain't breaking up. My mic doing just fine. You need to look over there at Star. That's all.
Star, you got anything to say about that?
Nah, he can't because his mic don't work.
Even with the laptop, he be editing and all. That's probably why that man needs to clear some of that space, man. need to clear his cache or something, man. I don't know what he doing over there.
I think I saw the mic move. Oh, he's back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh snap!
What was that? What was that? Terabyte of RAM ought to do.
Terabyte of RAM ought to do it.
Bro, that shit was with a gigabyte of RAM ought to do it. Yo, what? The fact that they actually got away with that.
Okay. So coming up on what's up?
I was just gonna say, I know none of we all chose anime, dark anime. Can any of y'all think of anything other than anime, just to outside the box?
So what you mean, like a dark, just film. like dark,
nigga dark. Joker.
Oh no, I was gonna say a lot of stuff from the 70s, it was just weird and fucked up. It was one movie I was watching. It was some shit where these people were experimenting. And it was basically like a knockoff Jurassic Park, but then they were in some fucking bootleg Area 51 place. And then one of the dudes was like, "Oh yeah, they're making all these experiments and they're killing people. I'm glad you guys showed up." And then so the dudes who showed up, who they thought were there to save them, just ended up shooting him and the girl who were the main characters, and then just burned them alive. Just burnt them up. And then the movie just ended with a poster in the background. It was what was that? Mad magazine poster on the wall, and it just showed it burning slowly. I was like, well, that was depressing. I don't know what I was supposed to get from this.
Ooh, you said Joker?
That's the first one that just popped on top of my head.
I remember it was this music video of zombies, and they was dancing. And at the end, it turned out the boyfriend was actually a zombie too.
So Thriller.
This nigga talking about Thriller? Hey man, I'm finna leave. I'm not dealing with this man. Man dead ass just saying Thriller.
Wow.
But I do have a good topic that I think we can I think we're all old enough to really weigh in on this. Do you think fan subbing helped or hurt anime becoming as big as it is? Did it delay it happening? All right. Yeah.
Well,
all right.
I'll see how it could.
Well,
I don't know.
The argument that was made that fan subbing hurt anime from becoming as popular as quickly as it is now was no one had to buy it. You could just go and download a fan sub, watch it in its entirety, and that money would not go back to the directly to the studio or the company that licensed it. And so anime is currently, which I want to say it's in its golden age. Never in my life have we been able to have such easy access to anything. Oh, I want to watch a series. Oh, what's the series called? Let me check Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll, Funimation, High Dive. I'm sorry?
You can still pirate all of those.
Yeah, you can still pirate all of those, but you don't have to, is my point. You can find a legitimate way to watch it now.
How would you choose not to pirate?
Oh shit! Yes.
If you care about it, you're still gonna figure out a way to support. There's other ways besides just
merch.
Official releases, for an episode to support these companies. Because if it was just purely off of people pirating, then pretty much every studio would be bankrupt at this point. The amount of people who use Crunchyroll is a fraction of the amount of people who just steal it off the internet.
Exactly. And the thing about that, that brings up the topic I was talking about, because there's a lot of people that made the argument that had everyone been paying for anime from the beginning, companies would have seen how popular anime is sooner. So then we would have had legal ways sooner and more.
I feel like it would have. I mean, but the people who are into anime are just, in all honesty, getting in positions to where they can, you know, financially support these things if they choose anyway. Like, you know, I feel like it's not really a thing of people pirating. It's more of like just timing. Like, I just feel like more people are into anime in general now. I don't think it's
think about it. Also, if somebody else, if let's say back then you said if people paid for it. Well, if I'm trying to tell somebody else, hey, check out this, you're gonna have to go pay for it though. There's a higher chance that they're not gonna do it versus, hey, go check out this website, you can watch this, and they just go do it, and then they can pass the information to somebody else.
So
also, I want to say, anime being, you know, in like, you know, as far in America, you know, it wasn't that long. Well, it was, now it is. You know, it's normal now. You know, you could bring up anime to, you know,
20 years
a
ago.
lot of different people nowadays, but you know,
You hit that shit 20 years ago, bro. Like, now go ahead and say it. Roll off 20 years to the 2000s.
Yeah.
When we was watching nigga wasn't even watching Toonami.
Dragon Ball Z, Toonami.
Wasn't even no, there was no Toonami.
Cool, man. I need to peep this Toonami, man.
Yeah, and no, there wasn't Toonami 20 years ago, was there? No, I don't think there was.
I think Toonami started 2001.
Okay.
I think it started 2001, but I know like
that's 19 years ago.
Bro, I was young as fuck.
Look at this again.
My whole point is like, it's still relatively new in the grand schemes of things here in America, you know, as far as entertainment purposes, you know, so I think that them integrating it into American culture just took a while, you know, and once it did, you know, and people kind of gravitated to it, you know, and it probably didn't have that good of publicity and things back then. It's rarely that we saw, what was the first, I think the first real anime movie I remember was Pokemon.
So I'm gonna hit you with a counter argument.
I was gonna say Akira.
What about gaming?
Akira?
Gaming has been around longer, far longer than anime in America, and people have been in gaming far longer. But if you look at the progression, like to where like you can actually make a career out of esports, which is where we consider the pinnacle. You still got cats still out here not like actually legit not making enough to like you have to be a champion and a multi-pole champion to make this a living. Otherwise, you still ain't getting paid enough.
I feel like that depends on what game you playing. Cause like people play like Fortnite and like COD and stuff, yeah, but like I'm like Dota 2 niggas. They like out there. Shit, that's like they out there getting paid like baseball players. Like,
well, see,
I feel like gaming, you have to be smart, first of all. If you want to make gaming a career, first of all, you have to be smart because you have to know where the money is in gaming.
Not necessarily. No, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, you know, professional gaming, you can get some money doing professional gaming. You're not gonna be a millionaire, but you know, streaming, you know, and is where the money is. You know, for real. Like, that's, if you want to make big money eventually in your career as a gamer, you should probably try to look towards streaming. But even still, just because you're a gamer and you stream doesn't mean you're gonna be, you know, that big.
That's because everybody games. Like, nobody wants to see somebody who's just like them. You either have to be exceedingly entertaining or exceedingly good at the game. You can't just play a game because everybody plays games.
I feel like there's definitely, as we can see now, there's money in video games. In playing, in being a gamer, not professionally, but playing games for your job as a job.
Not necessarily, because I'm gonna let you know. Esports' dirty little secret. Esports don't make money. Like the esports organizations, a lot of them don't make money. A lot of them are losing money, and they rely on investment to stay afloat. Like off the top of my head, the only team that's making money is 100 Thieves, and that's because they make money off merch. They sell hella merch. Like, bruh, like it's you can do a little bit of research. Esports
Cloud9 still making quite a bit of money.
Esports
they actually put out their numbers.
So Cloud9 is making money because Cloud9 is one of the biggest organizations, and they have hella sponsorship deals. Like you look at
that thing I was saying about certain games.
You look at Optic Gaming or TSM or who else? Who else big?
TSM disappeared out of the blue. Like Myth literally just came back like yesterday.
Or CLG. Like, bruh, like these well-known orgs, they not turning profit. But we're getting a little off topic because I brought up gaming as a counterpoint to like time invested doesn't necessarily equate to growth and prosperity. Because I feel that's what you were trying to say about anime, that eventually it would have got big. But I'm more saying that it would have been a lot bigger, a lot faster had fan subbing not been a thing. Now, I'm playing the devil's advocate because I actually feel the exact opposite way. Without fan subbing, I don't think anime would have been popular at all in the United States. Because fan subbing actually gave a very approachable way to get into anime. But for the sake of the conversation, I will argue the counterpoint.
So the counterpoint is talking about popularity specifically.
I'm sorry, that last word like cut out real quick.
Oh, do you mean popularity in America or in general?
In America.
I mean, I don't think bringing in big companies would necessarily make anime more popular. I mean, it might make it more available for the people that use those services, but I feel like the people who are already anime fans were pirating to begin with. And like the people who are pirating are keep pirating. They're not going to suddenly switch to paying for their entertainment. And I feel like maybe it was good for attracting people who weren't into anime, but like the people who are gonna get into anime, they're not gonna go to a streaming service. You know what I mean?
Now, I will say you are more of the exception, since you still prefer to pirate your anime feel. Cause
I don't gain any advantage to those streaming services because I didn't use them before. So why am I gonna use them just for anime when I can still pirate?
No, I completely understand. Like I still prefer a physical copy of my anime as to a streamed version that disappears the moment I close the window. But that just goes back to having shitty internet and knowing that I'd rather download it once than watch it 10 times, because I can watch it as many times as I want. But anywho, for the most part, I want to say that the big companies now, since I mean, I can't tell you how many times I pulled out my phone, opened up an app and just watch anime or read manga. Having that approachability was really necessary. Well, I said approachability, having the ease of access, I feel really what led to anime as a whole taking off in America. Because Americans are lazy. Well, for them, in terms of accessing stuff. Like, I know plenty of hardworking people, but a lot of people won't go out of their way. Yeah, a lot of people won't go out of their way to like find something, and being able to download an app, sign in, and then push one button, and it's that you're there. Once that became a thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
No, you go. So I know you're not actually taking the stance, but my question will be: if there was no fan subbing, how would it have turned out? Like, would companies have gone to it? People who were fan subbing it, and the people who were watching the fan subs weren't doing that. Like, would they have known that it was profitable if it wasn't for the fan subbing?
So that this is where I'm gonna show my anime age a little bit here. So before there was fan subbing, I remember the first physical copy of anime I actually got was a cassette tape, and I had gone to a used record store with my mom, and it was there, and they actually had a sign-up sheet for people to meet up and trade physical anime, like cassette tapes or videotapes, to be able to finish out full seasons. So with that, and they were expensive, boy. These shits were not cheap. We talking like $60 a tape, and the tape held like 2 episodes. This shit was not cheap, bruh. Yeah, like the little cassette I got that was beat up with no fucking box or nothing, that shit was still almost $20. And my mom was hella resistance to get it for me, but it was Transformers. So she was like, fuck it, it'll keep his ass quiet. Yeah.
Would you say anime was popular? Would you say, like, without fan subbing, without the people watching these fan subs, the big companies would have realized that it was profitable?
Well, my point for sharing that particular story is that I feel like they already knew it was profitable, considering the average cassette tape was not $60 and held movies, held way longer movies. Like, you could fit a 3-hour movie on a cassette tape, but these were fitting 2 half-hour. I can't even say half-hour, 2 22-minute episodes, and they were making what I want to say in terms of like profit, probably what, $45, probably 50. But they knew it was profitable, but the market was small. But a small profitable market, as Star Wars used to know, can be very lucrative if you nurture it properly. And I want to say that with what they had in terms of merchandise and with the DVD, when that actually happened, and then with actually being able to broadcast on I won't say the afternoon block of television, that really, in my opinion, would have done it did do the exact same thing fan subbing did, but it did it in a much broader fashion and made it far more approachable. Like fan subbing, you only knew fan subbing if you knew somebody that was already in the anime, or you happened to find an anime you liked, and then you were either in IRC channels, you were in chat rooms, or you was like digging around trying to find it, or you was lucky enough to find YouTube before Google bought YouTube, where you could watch anything on YouTube in its entirety with no commercials.
Yeah, that was the
greatest. Bruh, like, I'm never gonna forget. Like, that's how I found and watched Howl's Moving Castle. It was a Sunday afternoon on my shitty ass laptop, and I forgot what I was looking up. Princess Mononoke, because everybody kept talking about it's so good, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then this is when video searches used to come up in the same pane as text searches, and the first result was Howl's Moving Castle. I was like, what the fuck is this? And so I clicked on it. I'm like, this shit 2 hours. And then 2 hours later, I was like, that was ridiculous. YouTube don't do that shit for you no more. But yeah, like without
free with ads.
but I do feel that even without fan subbing, there would have been a medium that was, well, actually there was a medium that anime as a whole would have grown through, and fan subbing set that back because it deterred big companies from investing, because they were just like, well, people are getting this from free, and we will have to invest significantly to shut down these websites and go after these people, so that the people that consume this media have to come to us to fulfill that need, rather than getting it from free from people that just do it for peanuts, or do the subtitles for free.
Never thought about
Like, it's
That would require gold to purchase. Do you have some?
like, yeah, I was like, I
that could work. Could also backfire of making people just not want to buy it. You got your people who do like it, but just to having the access of free, it's almost like a free to play game, and then you got your DLC. You make it free to access to everybody. You can do whatever you want, but the free part gives the expansion to way more people than
mm-hmm.
a small group. I don't want to say a small, a medium group, whatever kind of group that has to purchase, and then that's their pockets, and maybe they don't have them. Feel like, and it's even harder to get other people because, especially getting into it new.
Oh no, I wholeheartedly agree. That's why the two biggest websites when they first launched. Well, y'all hear my response then. Hey, there he is. That's why the two biggest websites, Crunchyroll and Funimation, rolled out free accounts when they rolled out their paid service. Like, you can watch the Crunchyroll has never kept you away from watching anime. You only paid for the convenience of watching it without ads.
Actually, another thing with Crunchyroll and
Are you gonna be all what? My bad.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, they're limited. So let's say you want to watch a certain Crunchyroll.
All right. I don't know where you went.
No. You gotta start over.
I don't know where you went, brother.
Yeah,
You said and then. All you said was and then.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Crunchyroll. Talking about accessibility and how it doesn't have everything, right? And they split it up.
Yeah, you don't have all the anime.
I know. So
yeah, that's a big problem.
Oh yeah.
So while Crunchyroll may be missing a lot, this still helps to get them, like take Funimation for example. I believe I went through this explanation on the podcast of how Funimation actually became the powerhouse that it is, and fan subbing did not help that process. In fact, fan subbing actively set back Funimation from. And I'm not a fan of Funimation. I think they're a shit company because they have shit practices. But for anime as a whole, they were very necessary and played a very big part in it becoming as popular as it is. With that caveat said, with fan subbing, man, they couldn't, it was Zaraki. Zaraki was talking about, he was mad that when Dragon Ball Z first aired here, Funimation didn't have all the episodes. Like, you had to wait like a whole summer. You had to wait months at a time to finish out a season. Yeah, you would get months of reruns.
12 times waiting on that next episode.
And that's why everybody that grew up with that in that particular era, knows Dragon Ball Z like the back of their hand, because we watched them same episodes like 20, 30 times waiting for the new season to come out. Reason being, reason for that, well, they didn't have the money to buy the next batch of episodes and then dub the episodes and then do any editing that was necessary for the episodes for them to be able to air on American television. That was a direct result because people that were really into Dragon Ball Z just went to the fan subbing sites and just watched it for free without supporting the actual licensee. So that was directly taking money out of their pockets that then directly resulted in us not being able to watch the series as quickly as we wanted. Same thing with Cowboy Bebop. Same thing with Samurai Champloo. Like, fan subbing actively hurt Funimation and the entire anime industry in America from growing as fast. Fucking Trigun. Like, I actually fucking bought Trigun.
That's to be honest. Even if Dragon Ball Z never finished that season, that wasn't gonna just make me not want to watch or watching. So even without them finishing that season, I still love Dragon Ball. Give me, for all I knew, especially at that age, finish. Or if it did, maybe it'll come eventually. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'll come across it in a manga. Maybe I won't. But I'll just go watch it around. So that's not.
And that's your take. That's all you. That's your opinion. There are people that are way lazier. That's like, oh, I can't watch this. Oh, well, fuck it. I just don't care anymore then. And go do something else. That is directly affecting the industry in a negative way, because that is a paying customer that then decides they don't give a fuck about the industry as a whole rather than that one anime. So they take all their earning potential and all their spending power and going somewhere else. And that happens by the millions. We have all dealt and seen people that just say fuck it for a minor inconvenience. That as an individual, you may be like, oh, well, take your little money and go somewhere else. But when you multiply that by tens of thousands of people, that then turns into hundreds of millions of dollars that then turn into money that doesn't come into this industry to help it grow. Like, you can, from an individual standpoint, I completely agree. Like, fuck, it wasn't gonna stop me. But I'm an anime enthusiast. I am in the minority. For an industry to grow, you have to either exploit your devoted minority or grow enough to where it's welcoming and convenient for the middle ground to be able to spend money and enjoy the medium as well. You can't survive without doing one of these two things. Like, as far as exploiting your loyal fan base, that's Apple, 100%. But then they took their loyal fan base and then spread to go into that medium space. That's why Apple is a $2 trillion company right now. The only $2 trillion company in the world. Because they exploited their loyal fan base, and then they grew to include to make a product that was inclusive to everybody else. And that is the model that most businesses should follow. If we want to look at a business that tried to, a business that tried to exploit their loyal fan base and then failed to do so and collapsed in on themselves. Oh God, I just had it in my head. Oh God. Sega. There we go. Sega, huge in the early 90s. Crazy loyal fan base, but at this time, video games were still niche. So you only had your loyal, devoted fan base. And then they came out with the Saturn. And then didn't tell nobody. Didn't even tell their fan base. Like, bruh, the people that you want to buy it, you didn't even tell them you had it. Lost millions because people were so pissed. They tried to exploit their fan base, but exploited them the wrong way. Like, hey, look, we didn't give you time to save, because consoles were still as expensive as they are now.
Exploit your fan base.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is a right way to exploit your fan base. Look at K-pop.
I mean,
K-pop is not.
Their fan base do it to themselves.
A little bit of both, because K-pop is not as big as like it seems. K-pop is still a super niche. But like these BTS stans, like, bruh, y'all remember Filthy Frank?
Yeah.
Filthy Frank make music.
Joji.
He makes some damn good music. BTS was
And he looks younger in his
right.
videos than he did in his Filthy Frank videos. His Filthy Frank
fucking
videos
stupid.
like he was 40 at minimum. This man looked like he like 20.
But now more and there was like a little bit of a controversy because K-pop stands were like shitting on his music. And then I forgot what BTS member mentioned.
They got mad. They got mad because they found out they didn't know Filthy Frank and Joji were the same person. So when they found old Filthy Frank videos,
oh shit! Shit!
They decided to try and cancel Joji because they were like, "Haha, I bet you didn't know this," and everybody was like,
"Hell yeah, we knew."
Exactly. We knew exactly who this was. And then they were just like, well, y'all stupid.
Like, nah, boy, Filthy Frank, that was my nigga. I love Filthy Frank. Oh, man. But anyway, BTS, I forgot whichever member mentioned one of his songs. That is his most watched video now. K-pop, that is exploiting and I know he doesn't I'm going to say that particular person isn't trying to exploit them. Production YG, they're the ones that exploit them. But anywho, but that's just to show the power that if he wanted to, he could be like, hey, go buy this. That right there. And they would. No questions asked. Like Blackpink, I love Blackpink. I love Blackpink enough.
More of a red velvet.
I bought each edition of Blackpink's first album because there's one for each member. I'm that stan. I know I got exploited by Production YG, and I still let it happen because I didn't care.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
And that's the first step.
Because once you get your fan base to know that they're being exploited and they don't care they're being exploited, you can ask for anything.
Give me your social security number. You got it.
Ooh. Nah, we ain't doing them. Hell no.
Take over the world.
No, we ain't doing them. That's you asking for the government details.
Next thing you know, they're gonna be giving BJ's in the parking lot of TGI Fridays. Tragic.
No, they're gonna give them behind rocks at Viking weddings.
It's like
by the gods.
Like the Jonas brothers.
By the gods.
Oh man.
Oh, in case y'all didn't know, by the way. Well, Yumi, I think you're the only person that wouldn't know. I am a contrarian, so I absolutely love to argue against things that I actively like, just to see how people respond.
I can understand that.
Because my actual opinion, without fan subbing, the anime industry as a whole would have collapsed in on itself. Because without fan subbing, I'm sorry?
In America, right?
Yeah, in America. Yeah, like Japan was already firmly established. And as far as the rest of the world, there were like little pockets because America, despite what a lot of people want to believe, America was not like the first place to actually see anime.
America be late as fuck.
But definitely
we get the trash version of stuff.
But our buying power definitely helps to build any industry that actually makes it here. And that's that's why cracking the American market is so important to a lot of these companies. Because, I mean, sure, let's go. You can be popular in Germany and all of Europe. But that's peanuts to the amount of money they spend. The amount of money they spend is peanuts to the amount of money we spend. Like, bruh.
Americans spend money on everything.
Hell yeah. Like, Americans have more disposable income per capita per person than any other country outside of China. But that's literally, but that is literally because they have several times more people than we do. If we scaled it by actual population density, like for on a 1-to-1 scale, we would still have more buying power than China. But because we don't have 5 billion people in the United States.
I don't think our country could handle that. I think the tectonic plates could take any more Americans with their American-sized servings.
Oh no, man, we could. Like the entire middle of the country is pretty much uninhabited. Like it's actually hilarious that we have so many people and we live pretty much on the outskirts of the actual country. Like the Midwest is just fucking empty.
It's because everybody tried to get away from each other and they're getting closer.
Hell yeah. But fan subbing for people that aren't old enough to actually be around when it was a thing. Without fan subbing, I don't know how I would have watched anime, because I told you tapes were like $60, and then the only way you could actually get another tape without buying it was to trade it, and then you just have to trust the person would bring your tape back, or not or trade you a legit copy because you couldn't check it out until you actually got home, and that was pretty rampant. People would just get blank tapes, make a label sticker, and then trade it to people.
Dirty.
Yeah, man, and then you'd be fucked. Hell yeah, then you'd be fucked. Yeah, I got a blank tape that ain't got shit on it. And meanwhile, I gave them like my copy of like 2 episodes of Dragon Ball, which is super valuable because they haven't made Dragon Ball tapes since the 80s. So I'm out of $60 tape. Fuck. But
ever actually got a tape? I ended up having the Street Fighter burn some muscles and VT. I used to love this. It was episode. The first one was they was in like the dungeon. It's like a fight all these people, and then the second episode, Ken versus Fei Long. It's so many quotables. I watched that so many.
It was what?
Great.
Roger that. We had to. He on that 5-second delay, y'all. That's why I had to ask again. But without fan subbing, let me tell you some anime that wouldn't have got popular without fan subbing. Full Metal Alchemist wouldn't have got popular without fan subbing. Trigun wouldn't have got popular without fan subbing. Outlaw Star would not have gotten popular without fan subbing. Like all these early 90s, Cowboy Bebop would not have got popular without fan subbing. Like all these big animes that came out, and I know some people that may watch this later be like, well, Cowboy Bebop came out on Toonami first, so I don't know what you mean. Well, the people at Funimation that paid for the rights to get Cowboy Bebop, guess how they watched it? Through fucking fan sub, brother.
I was gonna ask a question, but
what's up?
I forgot about it. I was gonna say, how, when you were arguing for, like, you were arguing against fan sub, I was gonna say, how would the West know what the West wants? What kind of anime the anime fans want without fan subbing?
Gotcha. So that would actually come down to again metrics. So because I've worked various different retail positions at varying retailers in varying capacities, just by sheer volume. Like, for example, let's say I had 100 tapes of Dragon Ball, 100 tapes of Sailor Moon, and 100 tapes of Ronin Warriors. I sell out of my Dragon Ball and my Ronin Warriors. Okay, so my action anime sells out faster than my female-oriented action anime. So this time I'm gonna order.
Been a gamble.
Yeah, this time I'm gonna order 200 of those two, and I'm gonna order 50 of Sailor Moon because I still got to keep my inventory up. Because Sailor Moon's still selling, is just not selling as fast. So I'll order half of that and then double my order on the other two. But this time, Ronin Warrior sells out, and in Dragon Ball, I didn't sell all of it, but I sold most of it. So I'm gonna double my order on Ronin Warriors again, keep the same order that I do that I had on Dragon Ball, and then keep Sailor Moon because Sailor Moon's still selling SETI. And by watching this pattern, I'm going to know, like, Ronin Warriors, oh, that's team-based. So there's 5 guys, and they all transform. Okay. Well, can anybody else think of something from Japan that have 5 team members that transform when they need to power up?
Definitely.
There you go. Oh, I was talking about Gobi was like Super Sentai. Saint Seiya, I don't know why that didn't. I know why it didn't get popular, because we got Power Rangers before we got Super Saint Seiya. If we would have got Saint Seiya before Power Rangers,
popular in Mexico though. They also got like the original good version. Like we got like kind of a shitty version. Like we got the Nerf version.
But Power Rangers, that shit rocked America. Absolute rocked America.
It's almost like a pun.
And none of it was actually like legit. Like if you know the history of Super Sentai, well, Power Rangers, that was like 7. No, yeah, they would redub it, but it was like 7 different series that they just spliced into one.
Just like Ultraman.
Yeah. Like, holy shit. Like Super Sentai, like, well, Power Rangers, Beetleborgs, and there's another one. All of those are, for Americans, all seem like one show in their respective genres. Like Beetleborgs is all one show, Power Rangers is all one show. But in Japan, Power Rangers is legit like 7 different series that Haim Saban bought the rights to, spliced them all together, did some reshoots to have it make sense, and then just aired it. Because he got them super cheap and just would dub over them, and it's Power Rangers. Same thing with Beetleborgs. Beetleborgs was like 3 different shows that they spliced together. That's why Beetleborgs ended after 2 seasons, because they ran out of footage to buy. So they just had to end the series.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why we didn't get any more Beetleborgs. So fun fact. Because Beetleborgs was pretty popular. Zoids, man, I don't know why Zoids didn't take off. Zoids was the shit to me. It was like, it was so good. But back to what I was talking about, man. Like, fan subbing as a whole, and Star, this ties into the point that you made. Fan subbing, I could just point and like, hey, go to this website. Watch this. You can either download it or you can watch it. Because here's an IRC link. Follow what the chatbot says, and it'll let the episode play for you. Being able to do that for folks, instead of, because at those times you didn't have a website to go to because the internet was still pretty young. That's why I'm talking about IRC. And if you know what IRC means, you old. Congratulations. Being able to point to a website and say, hey, that's where all the anime is. If you got the patience to download it, you'll like it. But I will say it was a perfect storm, because fan subbing was helping was helping people to feel comfortable buying legitimate anime through actual retail streams. And as people bought anime through actual retail streams, that then gave them the buying power to bring over more anime, to which then fan subbers would go, oh, well, I guess I should fan sub this. And then I'm going to grab this other thing that I got interested in because I read the manga, because this artist made that. It was just it was a great cycle that led to anime growing into what it is, that without either the fan subbing or the actual corporate entity buying and putting it on for people to watch, anime would not have grown as fast or be as big as it is now. So they actually worked hand in hand, even though no company will ever admit that piracy helped them grow, because piracy helps companies grow, including the music business.
I saw an ad that told me if I pirate anything, the police gonna kick them. I don't arrest me.
And I saw an ad that said I wouldn't steal a car. No, I wouldn't copy a car. And I'm like hell I wouldn't. That's a free ass car, boy. Yeah, bro.
Badass.
They were like, because they were like, downloading's illegal. You wouldn't copy a car, and I'm like, yeah, the fuck I would. You mean to tell me I can copy a Lamborghini and not pay for it? Go ahead, brother.
How do you guys feel about the current anime landscape or current legal?
I feel they're too big for their own britches.
I think with so many platforms, it kind of helps, but at the same time, like, I feel like too many are focused on the wrong thing. Like, instead of just providing the service to watch anime, they're like, they want to be like, nah, if you're going to enjoy this, you have to enjoy it the way that we want you to. It's like, nah.
Crunchyroll.
And that's one of my biggest issues with Crunchyroll. Like, it's like, let it be up to the viewers whether they want to watch some. Don't censor this thing. Like, why am I paying you to give me half of a product? That's like if I go out to eat and I'm like, yeah, let me get this pizza, but then like, you take all the fucking pepperonis off my shit. Like, bitch, this ain't what I asked for.
Yes, Crunchyroll has been caught censoring anime before.
You mean like in the
several times?
Like they'll.
Literally the same day.
What?
Yeah, it's censored Goblin Slayer like the second day it came out because people cried about the rape scene. So they had to give a warning.
Well, they gave a warning, and then they just like they had removed something, and then when people said something about that, then they put it back and then put the warning up there.
Oh,
Roger that.
Yeah, they removed the entire scene, and then when everybody was like, "But this is a part of it," they were like, "Well, they had like a big ass like fucking WWE do not try this at home warning like before." They're like, trigger warning if this is happening to you. I'm like, so bitches out here getting raped by goblins for real? Hey man, maybe you got bigger problems than anime to be worrying about right now.
My biggest problem is like monopoly and how they like force you to pay for it. Like it's mostly the monopoly because I feel like every site should have all the anime. Shouldn't be like exclusive. I should not have to buy multiple subscriptions just to watch a large amount of anime. That's one of the main reasons I don't support it.
Saying. Yeah, about how you all anime, but I have to pay for it. Even stuff like Funimation, you gotta go to Funimation, and even
cutting out and low.
But pretty much Funimation don't even have all the anime either. Ultimately, you still gotta pirate if you want to watch everything you want to watch.
And then Netflix is region blocked.
Oh yeah, Netflix also removed episodes, I believe. Removed episodes of Naruto, Bleach,
and they don't even have a full series like of stuff that's done. Like I think what's that, like Hunter x Hunter, they only have like 2 seasons.
Yep. By the way, Crunchyroll removes anime too.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously? I know after Funimation, they broke up Funimation, they removed anime. Did they do it before outside of that?
Close the door, please.
Funimation. Every time I hear Funimation, I just think about that whole Kick Vic thing.
Good night, darling.
Oh, that was awful, especially with those leaked tapes.
I was like, oh god, man. Like, my favorite part is like when stuff started coming out about Funimation, they like released this like PR video talking about, hey, we're just all like anime nerds. We should, stick together. I was like, didn't y'all just run a whole campaign to like end this man's whole career? What?
Oh, you talking about Vic?
Mm-hmm.
When they were trying to get rid of Vic, and the Vic came with that evidence, and then they were like, "Oh shit."
When you making too much money and you ain't a part of the crew, man. You ain't a part